Guys, good things are happening on the Netflix television industry. Ian Somerhalder is back, and not only as an actor, but also as a producer. The role of the charming and dark vampire Damon Salvatore in the series The Vampire Diaries is what brought him to the top, and now the actor returns to the world of vampires in the new Netflix series. What has Ian been doing during his break? Did his wife ruin his storyline on The Vampire Diaries? Well, this man has a lot of love in him, not only for his wife Nikki Reed. What am I talking about? Keep watching to find out. Ian Joseph Somerhalder was born on December 8th of 1978 in a small town called Covington in Louisiana. His parents, Edna and Robert Somerhalder, raised him together with their other two kids, his older brother Robert and younger sister Robin. Most of the free time in his childhood, Ian spent swimming, fishing, and horse riding. But did you know that before he even started thinking about acting, he tried his luck at modeling? Well, at his mother's suggestion, he started his career in the fashion industry when he was only 10 years old, and he signed with the Ford agency. He made his debut at the summer New York Fashion Week and did quite well, but when he was a teenager, he decided that he'd rather focus on school and sport. So he played soccer and baseball, and modeling stopped being that important to him. But when a few years later he got an opportunity for a modeling gig in Europe, the young Ian decided to take it and gain some experience in Paris, Milan, and London. But today, he doesn't like to talk about that part of his youth. He didn't see his future as someone who's the face of famous designers. Already when he was 17 years old, he decided that acting was what he wanted to do, and fate brought him back to New York, where he worked with the famous acting teacher William Esper. The then 20-year-old Ian quickly started to play small roles in the TV series The Big Easy, or in Woody Allen's comedy Celebrity, with a cast full of big names such as Leonardo DiCaprio, Winona Ryder, and Charlize Theron. That's when his career started and took off. Ian's much more important role was Hamilton Fleming in the series from the year 2000 Young Americans. A year later, he appeared on the big screen in the drama film Life as a House. Did you know that in 2002, he won the exciting new face at the Young Hollywood Awards? Thanks to his prize, all eyes were on him, so as you would expect, his career really started developing. However, before he played the role of Damon Salvatore from Mystic Falls, he appeared in a big number of productions. He starred in CSI Crime Scene Investigation, The Rules of Attraction, and in Enemy Hands, and many more. The viewers fell in love with him thanks to the role of Adam in the Warner Brothers series Smallville, which tells the story of a young Clark Kent who later became Superman, and probably his most known role, besides the vampire that he was, and in the TV series Lost, where he was cast as one of the main characters. And did you know that before he got his famous role in The Vampire Diaries, he auditioned for another popular TV series about vampires, True Blood from 2008. But the role of Jansen, which Ian auditioned for, in the end was given to Ryan Quanten. But because everything happens for a reason, his greatest adventure was yet to come. And in June of 2009, Somerhalder was cast as one of the Salvatore brothers in The Vampire Diaries. The production turned out to be a huge success, and millions of people around the world went crazy about the series and its actors. In the meantime, in 2010, exactly on the day of his 32nd birthday, the actor launched the Ian Somerhalder Foundation, a foundation which is supposed to educate people on the importance of protecting the environment and animals. The actor, who loves nature and animals, has been active in this area for years, and as Ian said, as an ordinary boy who was raised in a small town, he has always been close to nature and animals. So Ian continued to develop his foundation and work with charities, and in the meantime, his role of the darkly handsome, charming, and smug Damon throughout the seasons evolved into a much more subtle version of the vampire, but Somerhalder was still at the peak of his popularity. What made The Vampire Diaries even more exciting was their relationship of its stars, who has affairs in the series and in real life. Ian was dating Nina Dobrev, who played the main female character Elena Gilbert, and Catherine Pierce. Their real-life chemistry, which they brought on the screen as their characters, was very realistic, and together with Paul Wesley as the main characters, they created an unforgettable team. Before Ian started dating Nina Dobrev, he already had quite a dating history. He allegedly was involved with Kate Bosworth, Nikki Hilton, Maggie Grace, and Ashley Green. But his relationship with Nina, who was 10 years younger than Ian, lasted the longest out of all the earlier relationships. Honestly, I didn't even know there was such a big age difference between them. So Nina and Ian became not only the favorites of the viewers, but also the media. After all, they were beautiful, young, and in love, so they made a cute couple. However, in 2013, they unexpectedly broke up, and even though they never really revealed the reason for their split, there obviously quickly appeared rumors. They were based mainly on their age difference and the fact that Ian supposedly wanted to settle down, but Nina, who was still young and wanted to focus on her career, wasn't ready for that. But soon after splitting with Dobrev, Somerhalder started to go out with a longtime friend of his ex-girlfriend, who, by the way, was the same age as Nina, Nikki Reed. The actress is known mainly for the Twilight Saga, where she played the role of Rosalie Hall. The fans of the Vampire Diaries were shocked. They started their investigation to figure out when Ian and Nikki fell in love and whether that affected Nina. These fan groups sometimes just don't know how to mind their business, right? And even though Nina and Ian assured that they still have a friendly relationship, Dobrev decided to leave the series. The scenes that she and Ian still had to shoot together completely lost the magic and chemistry. The viewers noticed that the scenes were written in such a way that the two spent as little time as possible together. So much for a friendly relationship. Or maybe Ian's new girlfriend was jealous. What do you think? So it's not surprising that the show suffered a lot because of the departure of one of the main characters, who by the way played several characters throughout the seasons. The scriptwriters also didn't hide the fact that this wasn't how they planned to end the story. What do you think about it? Well, anyway, it later turned out that Ian quickly proposed, and a few months later, he and Nikki were happily married. The actors have shown that they have a lot in common and so far have been living a life filled with love, which both of them like to show off on their Instagram profiles. But while they don't hide their happy relationship from the world, their daughter, Bodhi Soleil, who was born on July 25th of 2017, is completely sheltered by her parents from the media. Although they both share a lot of moments from their lives, they rarely include their kid in the photos, and if they do, they never show her face. What do you think about Ian and Nikki hiding their daughter from the public? They're not the first celeb parents to do so though. So Ian's dream about having a family and settling down has come true. But there's one more thing. A few months ago, after the couple was out together, there have appeared rumors about Nikki's second pregnancy. It's all because of her slightly rounded stomach. Nothing has been confirmed, but do you think these lovebirds may be expecting their second child? Or did Nikki just really have a good dinner? But let's get back to Ian. I've already told you about what happened in his private life during the last seasons of Vampire Diaries, but what about his career after the show ended in the spring of 2017? It would seem that with the great popularity which he gained thanks to the series about vampires, movie offers would be coming his way and the actor would have wanted to become one of the top actors in Hollywood. Instead, he preferred to focus on his private life and saving the world and animals. Besides having his own foundation, which I mentioned earlier, Ian also supports many organizations providing shelters for animals. He also opposes GMO food, factory farming, and supports ecologists. It organizes fundraisers and donates money to charities. Ian is so active in this area that he does so many things that honestly I can't list them all. But will you agree that the actor is doing a good job? And with all of this, he has the support of his wife because Nikki is also a lover of nature and animals. But he didn't completely leave the movie industry behind. Beside all his charitable activities, Ian focuses on directing. Already in his Vampire Diaries days, he directed a few episodes of the series. As he confessed in one of the interviews, the experience with the series was really fun and it changed his life a lot. It's because it taught him a unique lesson and gave him some new skills. He spent 8 years on the set learning how to be a producer and a leader. He found out how to write scripts and be a director. He admitted that the Vampire Diaries was a big part of his life and will always be. So now he wrote a script for a new series, but I'll tell you about that in a moment. Don't think that Ian has completely given up on his acting career. Over the past few years, he has starred in several productions such as The Anomaly or Time Framed, but it wasn't something that would attract the attention of a bigger audience. Did something go wrong here? Is his peak of fame over? What do you think? But now, exactly 10 years after the premiere of the Vampire Diaries, Ian is back to the world of vampires. Somerhalder was cast in the lead role of the latest Netflix series V-Wars. If you're waiting for Ian to be a charming vampire again, I have bad news for you. V-Wars is a 10-episode adaptation of Alan Robinson's comics. And this time, Ian Somerhalder will play Dr. Luther Swan, who will try to fight the spreading disease, turning people into beasts that are thirsty for blood. The series can be streamed on Netflix from December 5th, so it's a brand new thing. And how was he involved in the making of the show? Besides playing the main character, the actor also wrote the script, directed, and took part in the production process on the set. So do you think V-Wars will be a hit? What do you think of this show? And what do you think about Ian Somerhalder? Which one of the Salvatore brothers did you prefer, Damon or Stefan? Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with Curious Sips. See ya!